The country is currently going through multifold shocks in the terms of health, economy, and employment. Finally, after a long wait of 3 decades, the National Education Policy came into effect on July 29, 2020. While it has taken more than 15 months since the first draft of NEP, it has substantially changed the existing method of school and university education. The NEP aims to create an education system that contributes directly to make India a global knowledge hub and favorite study destination. For long, this policy was envisioned to bring multiple fundamental and practical changes to the elementary and higher education system of India. Now it's time to witness the revolutionary changes and the subsequent empowerment it will bring. The NEP 2020 has focused the most on the important and integral part of education, that is learning. Pratham and Japal, India have conducted various studies on learning outcomes of primary students through their Read India campaign. On the similar lines, NEP has also proposed that there will be objective and subjective papers in the board examination. It will judge the students on the basis of their learning abilities and not merely on their memorizing skills. Presently, students need to choose among science, commerce, and arts after the 10th grade without assessing their individual capacity much. NEP 2020 has suggested major changes in the pedagogical structure of curriculum. This will bring no rigid separation among streams and allow students to study any combination of subjects. This will eventually help students follow their interest and choose a career accordingly. Additionally, apart from the traditional learning, the focus will be on improving vocational training courses such as carpentry, electric work, metal work, gardening, pottery making, etc. This training will start with middle school, that is class 6. Students will also be given a chance to experience real-life learning through a 10-day internship program. These are the measures which have been adopted to give the students a glimpse of the real world which they will have to face eventually. The NEP aims to achieve targets of 50% gross enrollment ratio in higher education by 2035. It means half of the students in the age group of 18 to 23 must be enrolled in higher education. In 2018-19, the GER was 26.3%. Earlier in 2019, UGC had set a target to increase GER in higher education at 30%. It means that to achieve the target of 2020, GER must increase by 3.6% in a year. It is important to follow this trend if a GER of 50% needs to be achieved. This figure will remain difficult to achieve until the gender gap of education and elementary level of education is reduced. The policy has suggested flexibility in choosing subjects. It means that students will be able to opt for major and minor disciplines regardless of the subjects combination that have existed till now. This will benefit those students who are interested in multidisciplinary course. It also provides multiple entry and exits in the course, unlike the ongoing scenario where admissions happen only once a year. These changes are in the line with American education system, which is a welcome step among Indian undergraduate and graduate students. The NEP 2020 has also focused on strengthening the digital and technical aspects of education. A dedicated unit for the purpose of orchestrating the building of digital infrastructure, digital content and capacity building will be created in the Ministry of Human Resource Development to look into the e-education needs at both school and higher education level. A comprehensive set of recommendations for promoting online education has been prepared so that education can be continued during epidemics and pandemics as in the current scenario. This will ensure preparedness with alternative modes of quality education whenever and wherever traditional and in-person modes of education are not possible. There has been a lot of debate on the proportion of GDP spent on education. Currently, it's 1.7% of GDP, which is significantly less in comparison to the countries like the UK, the US, and New Zealand. To end all such comparison, NEP 2020 has announced 6% of GDP expenditure on education. This accompanies a host of proposed institutional changes and developments. Full autonomy will be provided to colleges and universities, establishment of National Research Foundation and Indian Institute of Translation and Interpretation will also add value to the system. Attention has also been given on holistic development of a child in terms of health, language, and extra co-curricular activities. Report cards will include skills and other parameters while grading students. The expenditure will not only focus on infrastructure building, but it also on developing a teacher's capacity, students' capability, and the potential of all stakeholders. At first, NEP 2020 seems like a dream come true policy. It took 34 years for the education policy to reform. While it has covered all the necessary elements which are a must, it also has given a wake-up call to all that required revision. The ideas to amend our ongoing education systems are quite exciting. Let's wait to witness the positive changes it will bring to our country and society. As keen observers, what are the additions you would like to see in the new education policy? Are the proposed changes enough, or do you ain't any specific amendments to be carried out? Let us know.